Did the old prophets actually meet angels on top of mountains? Or were they highly intelligent beings from a galaxy far, far away? Today, we're taking a look at 3 well-known sightings of UFOs. Because let's face it, we're not alone, and the evidence is everywhere.
In today's video, we'll be covering the latest news about aliens. You may not be aware, but governments all over the world are starting to catch up to what most of us have suspected all along. Aliens exist. Or maybe they've always known this, but keep the public in the dark, which is typically the norm anyway. Well, let's dive right into our first piece of news, which is to do with China's exploration of aliens in space. China receives signals from a distant alien civilization. China is home to the largest telescope in the world, SkyEye, and last month, the telescope received narrowband electrical magnetic signals from outer space. News of this circulated all over the world. Prominent news outlets, both online and on TV, covered this development too. China began to use SkyEye to search for extraterrestrial life in September 2020. This was after the telescope picked up mysterious signals from outer space in 2019. After that, Beijing Normal University, the National Astronomical Observatory of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and the University of California assembled a team to look into these mysterious signals. It took 2 years for another breakthrough in their investigation of alien life. The Ministry of Science and Technology in China published these reports on their official website, the Science and Technology Daily, but for some reason, the ministry later removed the article from the website. But then, the world had already caught wind of the development. What's really odd is that the Science and Technology Daily have avoided talking about the signals SkyEye received. Nobody knows why they're so secretive about the report. If there is an alien civilization out there, doesn't the entire world deserve to know? The bottom line is the signals that SkyEye detected were narrowband radio waves, which has led many to believe that aliens have developed technologies similar to our own. The truth is, there's no telling what could be out there. The universe is too large to comprehend, so it's likely that there is extraterrestrial life. There's even a habitable planet in a galaxy 4 light years away. So when it comes to aliens, we find ourselves in the same boat as the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Enrico Fermi, who famously contemplated the size of this universe, and knowing it could well harbor civilization upon civilization of extraterrestrial life. Enrico remarked, "So where is everybody?" Military reveals new UFO videos to Congress. In May, the Pentagon had a hearing about unidentified aerial phenomena with Congress. It was the first time in over 50 years of exploring UAPs that the Pentagon publicly addressed the topic. On top of that, they showed never-before-seen footage of UAP encounters. If you haven't already watched our episode on 3 famous UFO sightings, be sure to check that out. For now, it's worth noting that UFOs, or UAPs, have been a source of great intrigue for a long time. The US government has invested enormous sums into the exploration of these sightings over the course of decades. As the Director of Navy Intelligence, Scott Bray, said to Congress, "We have subject matter experts across government, including physics, optics, metallurgy, meteorology, just to name a few. We've endeavored to bring an all-hands-on-deck approach to understand this phenomena." During the hearing, Scott Bray also told Congress that the military had investigated over 400 cases of UAP sightings. While some of the sightings can be explained, there are many that remain a mystery. Here is a piece of footage previously secreted from the public of one such case. Years later, US Navy personnel captured a photo bearing astonishing resemblance to the footage. For a long time, the military was convinced that it was the same aerial phenomena that was witnessed in the footage. At least, the military has made some progress in explaining this phenomena, stating that this may be unmanned aerial systems in the sky. However, Congress watched another video which could not be explained at all. It's a short clip showing some kind of orb shooting past the window of an aircraft. It's going so fast that the footage had to be paused and played over and over again. What do you think about the footage? Comment below if you believe that was an alien spaceship. Canada and US to share intelligence on UFO sightings. One thing that is clear so far is UAPs are concerned is that they roam around military bases. Most of the well-known sightings of UAPs are by military personnel. In light of this, Canada reached out to the USA and offered to share intelligence on UAPs, the motivation behind this move being a shared priority for nuclear safety. Let's put aside for a moment how disquieting it is that UAPs are causing some concern over nuclear safety, and let's assume that UAPs aren't interested in anything military related. The mere fact that two powerful countries are willing to share information on UAPs is a telling argument for the existence of extraterrestrial life, or at the very least, some otherworldly threat. Canada didn't always take UAPs as seriously as the USA. As we've established, the USA has invested heavily in exploring the unexplained spacecraft people witnessed and documented. In one report on recent sightings of UAPs in America, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence wrote about UAPs that remain stationary in winds aloft, move against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. This is the kind of information that Canada believes will help the country safeguard itself against threats, some of which may be nuclear related. So the main concern for Canadian officials was basically that they had never taken UFO sightings seriously, whereas in the USA, laws were put in place to explore sightings and get to the bottom of things. Even NASA announced that they would do their own study of UAPs. And knowing this, one Canadian official stated, "Learning what tools and scientific rigor they are applying to their efforts will benefit everyone who wants to determine the origin and intent of UAPs." So what do you think? Is it about time governments started collaborating and sharing information so that we can get to the bottom of things? Let us know below what your thoughts are. And be sure to like, subscribe, and tune in to another episode of Ufology next week.